this is Dave Schwitter with Entrust Facility Services, and we just wanted to make a quick video to explain what's involved in a disinfecting clean versus a janitorial clean and the steps we would take. So in a janitorial clean, we would be interested in just making sure the place looks good, sweep, mop, dust, clean up stains, rearrange furniture, that sort of thing. But in a disinfecting clean, we want to clean surfaces and then leave a disinfectant on them. So what we do is our first step is that we remove biofilms that are on surfaces, on touch areas. And then secondly, we have someone come in and fog with a product called BioShield, which leaves a 90-day residue, and any virus that comes in contact with that during 90 days dies on contact. But importantly is the removal of what's called a biofilm. And the best way to illustrate what a biofilm is when you have a dirty glass. Now, if you have like a wine glass and you're having your friends come over, you know how difficult it can be to get that wine glass perfectly clean. As soon as you touch it, there's a thumbprint and it's not easy to wipe off. You got to get the detergent and you clean it, and then you accidentally touch it again. That's a biofilm. So biofilms need to be removed because first of all, they provide a food source for recontamination. And secondly, they can provide shelter from a disinfectant. If the biofilm is thick enough, it will actually prevent a disinfectant from getting through and killing everything underneath. So when we test the surface, we want to make sure that we get rid of these things. Now, we're going to show you really quickly how that's done. But to start, we want to get a baseline. And so we're going to use this machine. This machine is called a ATP meter. And this is the gold standard for surface testing in the United States. And what this does is it measures the amount of ATP residue on a surface. Now ATP, adenosine triphosphate, is an enzyme that's found in all living things, and it leaves its trace. So what this machine does is it broadcasts a light spectrum that picks that up, and it measures the amount of contaminations, and it's measured in what are called RLUs, relative light units. So this will give us a reading from 0 to 2,000 of how contaminated the surface is. And just for reference, a reading of 30 and below means it's safe for surgery and food processing, commercial food processing centers. A reading of 75 to 100 and below is a public safety level. So we're going to do a test really quick. And I wanted to test this desk right here, this desk surface, and the grab handle on this chair to my side here. Because believe it or not, even though this stainless steel looks clean, this is just like that wine glass. You can wipe it and it can still create a problem. So let's make sure we get a little bit of a sample. And we're going to do the test. And this will give us an indication in about 10 seconds. So here we go. Let's see how clean this office is. And we get a pass of 44 RLUs, so that tells me that our cleaning lady has been doing a pretty good job of cleaning this office. So now what we're going to do is we're going to spray our sanitizer. Now this sanitizer is a hydrogen peroxide based sanitizer, so it's very, very suitable for humans. It's very safe for us. But it works by destabilizing the electron shell of the virus. So it has to sit on the surface for about 5 minutes. So what one of our people would do is they would come in, they would spray all of the touch surfaces in an area, and then after 5 minutes go back and wipe them all. And when they wipe them all, interestingly, we don't wipe like this. Now, to use that illustration of the wine glass, you know that if you just take a piece of tissue paper and you rub it on the glass, it's just going to spread the smear around. So when we're talking about biofilms, the number one job is to actually remove the biofilm from the surface. So what they'll do is they'll wipe, and believe it or not, if I put my hand here and I put it back on, I can recontaminate the surface that easily. So what I do is I wipe, and then I throw the towel away because we don't want to recontaminate the surface. So I know it hasn't been 5 minutes, but we should be able to get a pretty good reading with our meter. So once again, this product, we can send you the safety data sheets, is the first product we would use. Then what would happen is, after the room has completely been cleaned, janitorial cleaned, wiped down cleaned, Those people leave the room. Then one of our fogging operators would come in with a PPE suit on and fog the area. So that would every other surface in this room would now have a film that would last up to 90 days that kills viruses. And it's important that our operator wear that suit because believe it or not, he could recontaminate that room. So we want it, when we leave that room, we want that room to be as clean as we can get it for our price point. So let's do a retest now and see where we're at in this room. So our desk surface, and the back of our chair again. Desk surface. And it's usually those little places like the back of the chair, the back of the door handle. Those are really the ones that get you. Now, and we'll retest. Let's see what we get this time. We got a pass with 0 RLUs. In other words, this surface has now been perfectly clean. I'll hold that up to the camera so you can see it. And is in fact, you could have an operation on the table. But of course we wouldn't want to do that. But now you can see that the surface is actually very, very clean. And so then imagine this, the whole area, then the fogging comes through, we close the door, and we can be confident in telling people that that room is clean. So that's the basic system. If there's any questions that you have, please don't hesitate to let me know. I can answer your questions. Like I said, I can send you the data sheets and that sort of thing. And I hope this video was informative. Thank you for your time.